Hey, it's the Rage Monkeys here to tell you about a trip that we took to Everglades National Park. We were exploring all of southern Florida, so check out my other videos to see our trip to Biscayne National Park and the airboat ride that we took. We spent about 24 hours in the Everglades National Park. We entered the park on the east side and headed down into the Flamingo area. Our first stop was the Ernest F. Coe Visitor Center. The displays at the Visitor Center were really nice and informative. It was a great introduction to what we were about to see within the park. We're headed into the Everglades National Park. We just stopped at the Visitor Center and now we're gonna head into the gate here. Unlike most of the other national parks we've been to, there's no big mountains or gigantic trees here. It was just flat grassland. So flat, in fact, we kept looking, thinking we were gonna see elephants or giraffes out there grazing. Our next stop was the Royal Palm area. There are 9 different ecosystems all within the Everglades National Park. This meant each place that we stopped was vastly different from the one before and the one after. We're at the Royal Palm Visitor Center, checking out Gator here.
I dubbed the Gary the Gator.
This is Gary, I've been told.
Yeah, we had to hide.
Yeah, we were supposed to be 15 feet away. I guess we're too close. 2 trails could be accessed from the Royal Palm area. We took the Anahinga Trail. All the trails that we walked were less than a mile long. This one was 0.8 miles long. It was very flat and probably ADA accessible. It was also the trail where we saw the most wildlife. We saw fish, lizards, alligators, turtles, and lots and lots and lots of birds. I see your shadows on the gator. Next up was Pinelands Trail. It was a 0.4 mile accessible trail. Gotta make sure we don't forget where we leave our rental car. And we're headed to the Pinelands Trail. Let's go. What do you think, tour guide Sean? Tell us what's different here.
So bold.
Yeah. And this trail is pretty cool. So it appears that there was a fire here. So all these trees that you see are all burnt, like the bark is all burnt. But then like the tips of them, I'm not sure you can tell in the video, there's like dead needles and then there's little green tips just sticking out of the top. And then the vegetation on the ground is starting to all come back. So we got this tree here, and this side is very sappy. I touched it, and it's not burnt. But then as you go around this side, then this side of the tree is burnt. Looks good. A little full, a lot of sap. So this part, it looks like the fire didn't affect it as much, and the tops of these trees are green, completely green. And then I've got teenagers that are fading. I know, it's vacation, that's what we do. Next up was Paheoki Trail. This trail started off through some trees and then opened up to look over top of some grassy waters. This trail was only 0.4 miles long. It led out to an observation deck. I just loved how those little fluffy clouds were reflected in the water. Next up was Mahogany Hammock Trail, a 0.4 mile long accessible trail that went through some old growth mahogany trees. We crossed over a bridge before heading into the island of gigantic trees. Our final trail of the day was West Lake Trail, another 0.4 mile long accessible trail. As the name suggests, this trail leads out to a view of West Lake. We reached the Flamingo area around 2 in the afternoon. This area has a marina, a visitor center, a restaurant, and several options for lodging and camping. Behind the marina store, we bought tickets for the Florida Bay boat tour. While boarding, we got to view some manatees just hanging out in the water.
We've got 9 different ecosystems, and so we see a lot of different plants and animals growing together.
We got on the boat with Captain Nick at the wheel and Jennifer, our tour guide, telling us all about the wildlife and the history of the Florida Bay.
And then if you look over on the right-hand side,
There's a guy going into the water.
sorry, I'm watching this person put their feet in the water, trying to figure out why they're doing that.
Once we got out of the no-wake zone, we picked up some speed. Although, not everyone in our party was all that excited about being on yet another boat. So it was also a good time for napping. We sailed over to some islands where we saw so many birds. Our tour guide Jennifer seemed to know about every single bird and could identify them all, and I listened to it and I retained pretty much none of that knowledge. But if you were into birds, this was super cool. I'm not really into birds, but it was still super cool. The only one I remember actually knowing was the blue heron, but yeah, it was great.
This guy's just hanging out here in the shallows, waiting as the tide comes up. You can really get a nice look at that light gray ash color of him.
And we even saw a skate. When we disembarked the boat, we walked over to the Guy Bradley Visitor Center. Here we walked around, met some new friends, and even tried our hand at origami. We weren't very good at origami. This giant fish is a tarpon. Stay tuned for my next video to see a close encounter with us and some tarpon. We're gonna head into the new Flamingo Lodge and Restaurant, but just the restaurant part. But they did build this new lodge. It's all made out of shipping containers, which is pretty cool. There's several buildings down here. Come on, let's go eat. There were plenty of items to choose from the menu. It was one of those order from the counter and they bring it to your table places. Among the things that we tried were the mahi mahi sandwich, the nachos, the club sandwich, and the chicken Caesar wrap. Everything that we ate was delicious, and we felt like the price was just right. There was hardly anybody there while we ate, which was a nice perk as well. I thought it'd be a lot busier. There was also a bar, but we didn't visit the bar on this trip. We are going to be glamping in these eco tents. So it says we're supposed to all have a view of the Florida Bay. So there goes my crew. We have parking that's like across from us. There is a bathhouse here. So they give you a code to get into the bathhouse. And then the parking is located over here. So we will have to take our suitcases. I feel so weird camping with suitcases. They do provide these little carts here, so if you don't have fun wheelie bags that have no place camping, you can load your stuff into the little carts and cart them over the walkway. I hear we have a lizard right on the corner. Our tent is the superior tent with a lizard. Oh, there he is!
Yeah, our tent is better. It has a lizard.
All right, so it's just 3 of us, me and the 2 younger kids in this one. The older kids and Dad are gonna be in that one. And then if I turn it around, not too fast, we got a nice, beautiful view of the bay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right, heading in. Let's see what we got. Do the grand tour. We got a nice screen door here to keep out the bugs. And we've got 2 beds. I think there's an option where you have 1 larger bed. We've got 2 beds. We've got a couple chairs here and a fan that's already running and a lamp. Oh, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, and we have a lizard.
Yeah, and we've got this nice shelf over here. Oh, it came with towels. I didn't know it came with towels. We brought our own towels. So we've got some windows. And then let's see our view.
Sleep with Mom tonight, Taylor.
And there is our view. Oh, can we just leave this open? Like wake up to this in the morning? So our tent has this power outlet. There's 2 ports. One goes to the fan, one goes to the light, and then there are 2 spare. So this one here is mine. I like to bring this with me on all of our trips. I just got it from Amazon. It has some USB ports inside, extra plugs, and then we get this nice fan here, and then this lovely mood lighting. And on this lamp there is also a USB charger and USB-C, I think. Got a little walkway right outside our tent. So let's see where it goes. Right up to the water. Here, gator, gator, gator. I guess guess this would probably be crocodiles, huh? Our little path goes down this way, so let's see where this goes. I really hope there aren't any snakes. It's just hardy mud, or is it rock? No, it's mud. The sun started to set and we had some much needed relaxation. And before we knew it, it was dark. And boy, were we in for a big surprise. I have never seen so many stars in my life. These pictures don't do justice, but it was just amazing. But there was still some time left for a little bit of silliness. I'm taking a video of you dancing. Oh, jeez. After a great night's sleep, we were treated with a beautiful sunrise. We had a picnic breakfast at the picnicking area located near the parking lot, along with some iced coffee. Sadly, it was time to leave the Everglades and head out on some more adventures.